Listening to Lekankwe by the one and only a stranger to the Upville stage, but of course I want to let you know you need to update your phone so that you're able to stream his latest single. Back again in the flesh, it's Kupa Kontra. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How you doing, bro?
Good, just good to see you.
Good to see you too.
And I will say, one thing that this show has at least given me the opportunity is to meet people and see them move every single time we meet them again.
Yeah.
A lot of people come through our walls and they sit on the same chairs, you know, from the established artists to the ones that are up and coming. But I'm always eyeing the up and coming because every single time there's a testament to how good you've gotten. And those that come back and don't do good, I even say like, you know what, last time you did better. So, but you came back, and even in the background we spoke about how a lot of things have changed since the last time you were here. But just let us into that world. How has the music changed with you growing? I think let's maybe cap it 2024, 2025. Okay. How has the growth been for Kupa Kontra as a brand and as an artist?
Okay, honestly, the growth has been elevating, honestly. It's been pushing. My team always makes sure that every time I release a project, it's always better than the previous one. Yeah, and I know it's a lot of pressure, honestly, but we just make sure we keep growing the brand bigger and bigger. Yeah, like you've just stated earlier to say you see some changes and everything. Yeah, that's true. I can even testify to that. I can see now I'm having a big audience right now. Yeah, the numbers are coming. At least I'm able to say, okay, I think I'm having a solid foundation right now. And it's just been pushing. So it's been good. It's been good.
You like many upcoming Zambian artists, you know, rising stars, are learning on the job. You know, things happen and then you get to realize like, oh, this is how I'm supposed to handle it, and then you take it on to the next challenge or the next progress. How would you say has been that whole training but still actively in it? Because in other fields, people have time to train, they intern, you know, but for music, the only way you can find out if it's good or not, you just release it. You know, there's no background work. You really don't know how that is going to happen when the crowd listens to it. So how has that learning journey been for you? Like things that you find out and you learn on the job and you grow for them. What's one thing that you think has been something of a sort for you?
I think when I release a song, like I learn from each and everything that I'm going to receive out there, honestly. If I receive a certain type of feedback from people, I pick it up from there, then I keep growing, honestly. I learn a lot in general, but most of the times I learn when I publish the song. People are able to tell me to say, okay, on this, you're supposed to do this and do that. And at the end of the day, we keep growing. And every time when people point out some few mistakes, I try to avoid them in my next project. So every time we release a song, we learn. That's how it is. That's how it is for us. But it's different from these others, like you said, in other fields. They learn every day, they have a routine. Like for us, there's no fixed routine. The routine only comes in when you release something and receive the feedback out there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Again, as a rising star, do you think it would have been, or the journey would be easier if the industry was more focused on coming together, bringing together talent, nurturing the talent and the like? Because I know you somewhat have a label that you're working with, right? But also even that is somewhat of a collection of artists and creatives that are underground, that are alternative, that say, let's come together and create music. Our industry in Zambia is very selfish. You know, the big stars are focusing on themselves to make music for themselves, competing on their own and all of that. Do you think there's even a place for Zambian music where we can collaborate, integrate, learn and teach the young ones and the older ones? Is that even possible in an industry like ours?
I think it's possible. There have been a few people who've tried to do that. For example, like Mr. KB, what he's actually doing, like bringing together young upcoming artists, putting them on the diary thing and everything. That's good for the industry. It's really healthy. But it's a bit difficult because somebody just told me to say the industry is full of camps, you understand? So you need to know where you belong and everything. But I don't say it to be a good thing. But you just have to know where you belong to, you understand? And it's difficult, you know, to socialize with others when you belong to a certain group of people. But at the end of the day, I think it's possible for an industry like ours just collectively sit down and come up with something. I was even talking to Chewe over the same thing. We've been having a problem with Boomplay. So I was talking to him, Chewe, right? Chewe Superstars, like, bro, why can't we just create a campaign to say, we tell, like for me, I'm in good connection with Dismo. I tell Dismo, big man, can you just post something about Spotify? We shift the audience from Boomplay to, like, we just create a campaign for good 1 week. We're just talking about it. And that's one way of uniting, understand. But it's possible, honestly. It's possible for people to sit down. It's just a matter of approaching people. I'm one kind of a person who really likes to cooperate with a lot of people. Like, so it's possible, honestly. It's possible.
Nice.
But
Kupa, there's a lot of talking. Yeah, I think I hear you. There's a lot of camps belonging to this and all of that. Let's talk about your belonging, though. You are with a brand right now that you're working with to release music, and you also shared that you have a lot of unreleased music that you're yet to put out. Tell us a little bit about how that dynamic works, because for anybody watching or people who know the music business, it's easy to say he's an artist, he's signed to a label, the label does this, the artist does this, and here you go. But that's not how it plays out in an industry like ours.
It's true. Honestly, okay, with an industry like ours, like with the label where I am right now, is good, but at the end of the day, we tend to find ourselves to multitask. For example, if an artist is given, my job is just to do one thing, go in the studio, record, and present the project out there. But our industry is not that stable to an extent where you have, because honestly, you're even supposed to have a lawyer if you don't know. Like every time you're supposed to go and make deals, you need to have a lawyer. But an industry like ours, okay, I feel like with time we're gonna get better. We just need to keep on pushing, and we're learning from these big people who are paving a way for us. As we're coming in, at least we're learning one or two things out of it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the music. The one that played was Lekankwewe. The one that's about to play is Kawodala. What's up with the love, Kupa?
I think that's one discussion that I have with my dad. He was like, Kupa, you've got like 7 released songs all talking about love, one thing. I was like, really? I was like, yeah. I was like, you need to do something different this time. I know Kawodala is out, it's about love. He talked about a lot of songs, honestly. I feel like as an artist, you need to know your main genre, you understand? Like for me, I am an Afro-pop R&B artist, so I really know where to touch and where not to touch, honestly. So I'm just trying to develop that kind of a picture or image to say, oh, that's a lover boy, oh, that's a what, because you just need to know where you belong to. So I was just trying to create that identity, and I feel like it's working for me. It's really working, honestly. But I'll try, by all means, to also diversify it to other genres. Because the song that I'm working on right now is a different genre. It's not about love. It's just a vibey song, and it's good. Yeah.
You spoke about learning the seasons and understanding the trends. And when I asked, because you did share that Kawalala is a song that There Goes My Nyanja. Kawalala is a song that skipped the line, because there were many other songs that you wanted to release, but you made it a month ago actually, and then it was released not so long ago. How do you then study those trends in music, and how have you been able to grasp them to say, even though we have good songs that are ready to be delivered, I think this new one can go out, and then this one will come out, maybe in October. How does that science work for you as an artist?
It works really good, honestly. And how I learned that is, I have big people that I consult every time when I want to do something, honestly. So like I have had, like Dismo's, I'll keep on talking about Dismo. He's more like a big brother to me. So he's the one who's been like mentoring me to say, music has seasons. At this particular time, you need to release this type of music, because if you look at the activities that goes on within the season, I think you need to be careful in how you drop songs. You cannot drop a club banger now, you understand, because club bangers are scheduled maybe towards the end of the year because of a lot of activities happening out there, you understand. So it's really been working for me. Ever since I adopted that, I was like, okay, let me archive these other songs. Let me try this out, because I was looking at what was happening, People are talking about Valentine's coming in. People are talking about all sorts of stuff. So I was like, okay, I think it's the perfect time for me to release this song. Girlfriend's Day and stuff. So you feel like that science is really working well for me, honestly. It's good.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. And then how does that reflect when it comes to the numbers, the streams, the TikToks? How have you adapted? I know you are a new artist, so you've been making music in the world of the digital platforms. So you've been uploading music, sharing on YouTube, Spotify. You spoke of Boomplay as well. How has that been like for you as an artist to understand that side of the business, the streaming, the numbers, all of that? How easy or hard is it for you to package your music in that way?
Honestly, it's not easy. It's not easy. Trust me. I think that's the most difficult part that most of the artists face, you understand? But with time, it gets better, you feel me? It's not easy. You just have to keep on pushing until you create a solid fan base to say, okay, when I release this song, even when I'm sleeping, at least I'm making the numbers out there. So it's something that you have to do daily. Even these established artists, they've made it here, but they keep on doing it daily because they need to keep it moving, understand? Yeah. So it's not easy, honestly, but we're managing, we're pushing.
Nice.
Yeah.
I want us to come back to the song because I know we're going to end with it. But right now, just on the business side of the music, where's the brand going? The Kupa Kontra brand going right now? What are you trying to fully establish or make out of it? Because of course you have the music, you know, the production quality is great. We're even speaking about the video, and you spoke of how you have a great team, you know, that works with you. So where are your eyes right now? What's one thing that you want to focus on or make happen for you as an artist?
Okay, for me, honestly, we're just trying to make the brand bigger, you understand? Even like Kupa Contra's brand to be one of the biggest brands in Africa, you feel me? Yeah, so I look up to a lot of people and I really get inspired by what they do. So right now, that's where my eyes are, taking Zambia Kuchalo. Yeah, so I'm working so hard on that, and my team, we're working so hard to take the brand out there. So that's what we're working on, honestly. That's where we see our brand going. International.
Nice.
Sapwa.
Let's talk about Kawalala. The story behind it is somebody came in, stole your heart.
Yeah.
How does that happen? How does that story reflect up until you even shoot the video?
Yeah, okay, the story is just easy, honestly. It's just, you know, being in love with somebody. You feel like, okay, I've never been in this
and
type
this is
of
the
love.
real life.
Yeah, it's a real life,
from you.
honestly. Yeah. You know, because music is spiritual, honestly. Even when somebody does a song and you can even tell to say, I think this song was so emotional, you understand? Yeah, so I connected my emotions to the song and just wrote a few things, you know, because I was like, I think I've never been in this kind of love, honestly. Yeah, but yeah. So this is what I was feeling, and everything that I wrote there was coming from the bottom of my heart.
How did you approach making that sound come to life in the visuals?
Okay, for that is my management team that came up with the whole concept. It was like, okay, let's make something like this, because I had a different concept. I was like, guys, if it's a Pangira concept, so they wrote a concept for me. Okay, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. Okay. So they were the ones who were really in charge with the visuals, bringing everything to life, and we made magic, honestly.
Nice. I'm super excited to see it. Let's get into more of the music, collaborating. How do you approach collaborations, and also when is the right time to throw in another person? Because like you said, you're focusing on building the brand. So in the quest to make people understand and know your voice, that even when they're just passing by a speaker, they can tell that it's Kupa. Also, collaboration brings in the concept and the idea of somebody else, and then you can easily get drowned or carried by how big or small or talented that other artist is. How do you approach collaborations as an artist?
So how we approach collaborations, because most of the times we do collaborations as a team. So I have to take it. What we do is, I don't really approach the artist. I just record the song, then the song speaks for itself. They say, I want this artist. In your mind, you can be saying, if I'm featuring down one song. But when you record the song, you hear the output, the song is speaking a different language. So you pick the language of the song, go decide with the team, okay, it's Tengeo, I need my phone. So at the end of the day, we just get the vibes of the song, and when the vibe attracts a certain artist, we go for that artist. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's not even like if they're good or not. You just
Okay,
match your
at
song.
times we just say, okay, I want to work with this one, but you know, it really happens. Okay, I work with this one, but at times the vibe itself speaks, you know, and it's really working for me. So for now, and then what we like doing is we do a collab, but we also release the song for the Kupa Kontra brand only, so that we can just have that solid foundation. You understand? Yeah. But for now, we're looking forward to certain collabos. We said, okay, this one and this one. But when we record the song, I'm supposed to go to the studio today. So once we record, we take it to the table there. We see how the language the song is speaking, honestly. That's how I've been doing it. That's my strategy, honestly, yeah. I'm sure these other guys have their own strategy.
Have their own,
yeah.
but your strategy is the song is going to pick
the song is
one.
going to speak. That's it. Yeah.
Nice. Moving forward, I know it's a fast-paced business. You know, you released this particular song not so long ago, I think under 2 weeks ago. But already there's conversations around what's next. How are we going to, you're already promoting it, but then what's the next sound? Are there plans for an EP? Are there plans for an album? And also that music that you start on, are we ever going to hear it or see it? How is that panning out?
Okay, there are plans. I just want to record a lot of songs, honestly, so that I can just be saying, okay, picky na, picky do, something like that. But, working on an album, on an EP, we were thinking about it. We were just talking about it, but we felt like, no. It's not the right time to release an album on an EP. We first need to have a solid foundation. Once we create that solid fan base, that's when now we can also drop in an album or an EP. But for now, we're just working on singles. Last year, we also tried the same thing. I was like, okay, let's try singles and see. And we're seeing year by year, the brand is getting bigger. So possibly next year, we might have an album or an EP.
Nice.
At least all these songs just
come together
and stuff like that, you feel me?
Lovely. Kupa, thank you so much for joining us on the Upville.
Thank you for having me.
It shouldn't take another year for you to get back here, but I'll be excited to see your growth in that year. You can listen to all of his music on his social media platforms. Just search Kupa Kontra across the board and you'll be able to access it. Here is Kawolala, and on the other side, international entertainment news.